According to acmh-mi.org, over 50% of students with emotional and behavioral disabilities ages 14 and older drop out of high school. This is significant as compared to the only 76% of students without disabilities. Today I'm going to be talking to you about why well-being and mental health should be taught in schools. I'm able to talk to you about this topic because I've done research and also go to school with teens that struggle with mental health problems. Many students do not have the opportunity of getting the mental health treatment that they need, so I think this is why it's important that schools incorporate a way to help them. Addressing mental health needs in schools is critically important because 1 in 5 children and youth have a diagnosable emotional, behavioral, or mental health disorder, and 1 in 10 young people have a mental health challenge that is severe enough to interfere with their daily lives at home, school, and in the community. Here are the most common mental disorders in teens and students. Anxiety has the highest percentage. School is required for all children and youth until the age of 17, so identifying and treating many disorders should be considered at school. Mental health problems are very common and are only increasing according to nces.ed.gov. There are many common disorders of childhood such as attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, oppositional defiant disorder, anxiety disorder, and depressive disorder. Treatment of the disorders during childhood produces better outcomes, and it's very important to identify the disorders in the early stage because it gives them a higher or a greater chance at succeeding in life and in school. By being taught about the mental disorder in school, it can help children and youth become more aware of whatever they are facing and seek out help. By learning about disorders in school, students who do not have the disorders can learn to tolerate and accept people with disorders, which may decrease the rates of bullying. Youth with emotional and behavioral disabilities have the worst graduation rate of students with any other disability. acmh-mi.org states that nationally, over 40% of students with emotional, behavioral, and mental health disorders graduate from high school compared to the national average of 76%. If schools taught and gave help on mental health, the graduation rates would go up and more people would succeed in life. Schools could play a huge role in the student success rate if they were to teach about mental health. Learning and social interactions are also affected by mental health disorders. However, if appropriate services are put into place to support a young person's mental health needs, we can often maximize success and minimize negative impacts for students. Many mental health issues begin during school-aged years, and it's only logical that mental health education should be taught in the curriculum. It is helpful to look at how mental health symptoms affect the child in the classroom and the accommodations that may help. People with anxiety disorders may often struggle in school because they are preoccupied with the worries that it may distract them from paying attention in class. Mental disorders among children are described as serious changes in ways a child typically learns, behaves, or handles their emotions, causing distress and problems throughout the day. nces.ed.gov explains that there has been a growing number of schools that provide mental health services in school year 2015 to 2016. Some 71% of schools reported having treatment available. According to ijmhs.biomedcentral.com, mental health problems both precede and follow bullying among adolescents and effects differ by gender. Bullying is a significant problem that often happens because of differences in people. By teaching about mental health disorders, students can become more tolerant of other people and bullying rates may decrease. Now on my next point. Youth spend more time in school than they do anywhere else except their own home. It can be challenging for some families to seek out mental help for their children because of financial issues. This is another example of why mental health and well-being should be taught in school. Not every child with a disability has the opportunity of getting the help they need to succeed in life. With the help of schools, students should get the attention they need for their mental health. There are many school-age students that struggle with mental illnesses that affect them in school, their community, and their daily lives, and school systems should be required to help. Mental health help can make students have a greater chance of success in life. Schools should do everything they can, whether it's a 10-minute class or an hour class, to help the youth be mentally stable.